Yeah, but I think it can also become like a real painful point trying to find happiness all the time, because you only know happiness by sadness. You only know fear through joy, you only know pleasure through pain. And the more you try to chase happiness, the more if you chase happiness, you're defining yourself based on all the areas that you're unhappy. You know, if you want more joy in your life, you're defining yourself based on all the areas that you're fearful in life and you're not joyous. So I think just like trying to find happiness now, just be like, actually, you know what? I'm going to scratch what I just said then. Being really okay. Like if you're scared, fine.
Yeah.
You're scared. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
You're a fucking pussy.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, like, you're a punce, mate.
Yeah, you suck.
Live with it. You got no mates.
Yeah, don't be okay.
Everybody hates you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like it's probably there for a reason. You know,
Yeah, nah.
You're probably scared for a fair reason.
Yeah, I think that's as I said, I'm way better with that. You know, like when I have bad days, you know, nowadays it's not. I think empathy is massive for me. I reckon. I think in business and, you know, leadership in business, you know, I've always had a really small team at Adventure Fit, and I was always, you know, running and rushing around. And we have a decent sized team now at Athena, and I think I have some soft skills that probably allow me to lead that team. And, you know, I have no hard skills, but I have some good soft skills. And I think the key is empathy to other people and to yourself, I reckon. And one of my employees told me that. You know, when I asked them, I interviewed them about the first 6 months of working with Athena, and one of the highlights, one of the things that made them want to work for Athena and want to, you know, do everything they could to, you know, be part of the team or whatever was empathy from me for a few things. And it highlighted that. I was like, oh, that's good to know. You know, I never would have thought of that, but it is something that comes a little more naturally to me now. But I also apply it to myself. You know, I think empathy is because. For example, I was in this stretch where I was just, I'm pretty good every day. I feeling really great. But I remember at one point probably about 6 weeks ago, I was flying. Every day was fucking great. And I was actually probably having beers like probably once a week with like my mates. And I'd probably get pretty drunk and feel a bit shitty, but like just laughing more than I'd laugh, you know, like cleansing the soul. Like that night with me, you and Mac's 30th. That was a perfect example. Felt like a fucking heap of fucking dirt the next day.
Yeah.
But I was like, I woke up going, oh, I feel so shit with a big smile on my face. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but then I went and had, I went out and I had a couple of beers on the Friday night for some reason. And I had half a gram of mushrooms, and that was fine. I just was going to microdose that night anyway. And then I got pulled into some beers, and I was like, that's fine, I'll just have half a dose, gave me a little buzz, whatever. And then the next night, I was on the beers. And then I went out to my mate's party, had beers with my mate in the day, went out to my mate's party, and then I ended up taking another half a gram of magic mushrooms. No worries, but I just think probably just, don't know, I didn't need to do that. So I was kind of pushing a little bit and whatever. And then my mate Bush came up to me and got me on the nose beers. Just one nose beer. Yeah. But a big...
So you put Heineken up your nose?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, Heineken, I mean, Coke on a key.
yeah. I've actually put beer up my nose. So I was like, how do I answer
And by
this?
nose, I mean hummus.
Yeah. But so I ended up having a night on the gear. One line of Coke and half a gram of mushrooms. But 50 beers, you know?
Yeah.
And that, I think it's like the nocebo effect when I get on the gear. I talk myself into how bad I'm going to feel in the week mentally, you know, because one gram of Coke, but one line of Coke, although it was a little hoofer, like it was a decent little, you know, it's not really going to do that much to you. Really, it's not. Up here, the body, whatever. It's not going to fuck you up, but it fucked me up because I think I was telling myself that you've had Coke now, you're going to feel fucked for days and days. And I did. I felt actually so fucking... I didn't want to leave the house for, you know, so long. I was hard on myself. Why'd you do that? But then after, you know, feeling pretty poor on Monday and then, you know, I kind of said to myself, you know what? You're not always going to feel like this.
No, of course
you know?
not.
And that's not something that I had the ability to do back in the day, you know? So although you're feeling shit, you're just like, all right, cool, man. Just, you're going to have to ride out the storm. Yeah. You know? And I think... I really always think about it like that. I think that word for me is probably the last 12 months has become really important to me in the way that I treat other people and the way that I treat myself. And I think it's pretty rad. I think it's powerful, you know. If you can understand that, it's going to be okay and see things through, from a different perspective. I think it's been rad for me. I really, yeah.
I think